seen this creek full enough to actually look like it's flowing. Let's see if I can cross this without falling. There's nothing to hold on to here. Ooh. Oh. About every YouTuber I watch does this, and they do it when it's dry, but the real reason to do this is because it's wet like this, and this is exposing the dry parts inside so that it catches fire better. Kind of hear how dry it is. Very well as fire starter. So this fire took a couple tries, but sort of built a bird's nest out of paper plate and some vine and some kindling scraps and shavings that I bought from the store the other day. And once this was kind of made a little nest in here, and I used this portable bellows and got this thing raging with it. Here's a piece of vine that we stripped the bark off of, and I cut it off of this little group of vines here. So the upside down fire is working pretty good. The top layer is starting to dry out, and as it burns it will fall to the bottom and make a nice coal bed for me to cook on. We've got some hot dogs that we're going to wrap in croissants and make basically giant piggies in a blanket, and then we're going to make some banana boats. And I'm going to use this interesting pan that I bought at a certain store, and I'm excited to use it. But you can see that fire over there has sort of a little oven down in the center of it, and that's where the real heat is. So once those logs start breaking apart and falling down into there, that's when I know it's ready to cook. A lot of beginners make the mistake of, a lot of beginners who grill out and make campfire cookouts make the mistake of cooking directly on a flame. You don't want to cook on a flame. You want to cook on a coal. So when you cook with a fire like this, you have to add a step and actually make the charcoal bed out of wood. So another thing I forgot to mention is when you cook with a grill or even on coals like this, once it cooks down into a coal bed, you want to move a majority of the coals to one side so that you can control the temperature when you cook, and so you don't burn your food. So it's sort of like adding a whole bunch of steps to using your kitchen stove. You know, you put stuff on the back burner to cool it off. That's kind of what you're doing here. The fire is starting to burn down and make a pretty nice bed of coals, so we should be able to start cooking here shortly. So far, yesterday I said that I've never seen ticks out here, but today we saw 2 ticks. One was on me and one was on Stormy. And so, since it's windy and still kind of spring out, these little maple seeds, these little maple seeds keep falling off the trees, and I keep thinking they're ticks out to get me. So now what we've done, we made this coal bed here. Now we have this section of heat over here that's just going to keep burning, and will keep supplying us some coals. So that's what we're doing. Got some all beef hot dogs. This cool little grilling pan. Just gonna set it right here, right there. I can take the handle off and just let it sit there. Grilled hot dogs. Okay, let's roll these up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alrighty. Got this recipe off of BuzzFeed, except they didn't have the cheese in the middle. We wrapped the cheese in there on our own, because we're cool. Well, there it is. I think the cheese mixed on one of them too soon, and the crescent roll didn't quite set up correctly. So we'll see. It's been cooking quite a while, so it should be done, but it might just be a little blue. So here we go, moment of truth. Oh yeah. It's really good. It's really good. I'm gonna start using tongs to eat. This is another BuzzFeed recipe. Banana boat. It has toasted coconut and Hershey's chocolate. And I sliced it open, as you can see, opened it up a little bit, mashed it up with my spoon, and I'm sure this is going to be really messy, so we'll just see how it goes. We're leaving Bent Tree at CW Forest, and I'm trying not to get wet like I did on the way in. The banana boat was delicious. And that's it. That's a wrap.